Hello, beautiful people. My name is Jo. If you're new here, welcome to my channel for the first time. Hello, how are you? How are you doing? If you are not new here, welcome back to my channel. It is so great to see you all today. These earrings are gonna get on my nerves. Okay, so today we are going to be doing the This or That book tag, the romance book edition, because I'm new to the romance genre and we're having so much fun with it. I have seen so many of my favorite channels doing this tag recently, and I just wanted to do it myself. So we're gonna do it. This tag was originally created by Caitlin from The Love Librarian and Victoria's Romance Reads. I will have both of their channels linked down below for you to check out their videos as well. If you want to do this tag yourself, I will have all of the prompts listed in the description bar below. Without further ado, let's just get into it because Lord, I'm struggling today. Okay, cliffhangers or HEA? See, I don't know. I have no idea. I oftentimes tend to gravitate more towards series and completed series at that. So I really do enjoy a good cliffhanger, especially if I can just go right in and pick up the next book in the series. If there's not an HEA at the end of the series, I will riot. I will probably throw a fit. But generally, I like to have cliffhangers. I think they're fun. Hardcover or paperback? Paperback all the way, baby. I have such issues with hardbacks. They're just so uncomfortable to hold. And I also am a spine cracker. I like the maximum amount of comfort when I'm reading. So I am a spine cracker. You can't crack a spine in a hardback. So angsty or cutesy? I really, really, really love a cutesy romance. I love when there's a little bit of humor. I don't like to feel uncomfortable when I'm reading romance books. Not uncomfortable for the content matter, but uncomfortable like stressed. I don't like to feel stressed when I'm reading romance novels. I want to feel happy. Sometimes angst can just be taken way too far. Emotional or rom-com? I have just started reading more rom-coms and I have really been enjoying them, but my heart is in the emotional category. I just really love that. I do love a good rom-com as a palate cleanser, but I would say the majority of the time I enjoy a really, really good emotional read. Series or standalones? I absolutely love series. Standalones, I often feel like I want more, perhaps from the world, maybe from the town, maybe there's some side characters that I really, really enjoyed and I just want their story. I absolutely will choose series every single time because I feel like series gives me the more that I want. And if I don't want more, I can just put it down and be done with it. You know what I'm saying? Booktok or Bookstagram? I feel like every single person that I've watched do this video has chosen Bookstagram. I am choosing Booktok. I absolutely love Booktok, and I've been getting so many amazing recommendations just from scrolling aimlessly through the feed. Obviously, sometimes there is some drama. Most of the times, I might see someone talk about the drama, but I never see the original drama. So if I know that it's a drama video, I just keep on going. But there are so many great books that I've read because of Booktok, and I really enjoy the cosplay aspect of it because there's so many amazing cosplayers for these books that we all know and love, and it's just so much fun. And there's also people who do skits for the characters. I just think it's so much fun. I love Booktok to death. People or objects on covers? I'm gonna go with a tentative people. And I say tentative because I don't like when there are faces on covers, because I like to be able to imagine what the characters look like in my head based on the descriptions that the author gives us in the book. Sometimes it trips me up a little bit when there are faces on the cover, but the ab covers, love those. I also really like the cartoon type covers or the kind of illustrated people covers. I really like those as well. New releases or backlist? I am a backlist baby doll. That is for sure. I do not keep up with new releases unless it is the next book in a series that I am highly anticipating. I feel like there are so many amazing books and amazing authors that I just don't know about, either that or I just haven't read them yet, and I just feel like I need to keep catching up. Maybe one day there will come a day where I feel like I have finally caught up in the romance community and I can keep up with new releases, but that day is not today. It's not today. TBR or free-for-all. Recently, I've been preferring a TBR, but if I'm honest with myself, I am a free-for-all girl. I like to have a certain kind of parameter that I'm working within, perhaps like books that I know that I want to read within the next month or within the month, but I don't make myself stick to that list. The June one, I completely smashed. it. The July one, I didn't read some of those books, and that's fine because I found other books that I was more interested in, and I binged a series this month, which I will talk about in my July wrap-up, so stay tuned. I'm a free bird. I'm a free spirit. I just go where the wind calls me. Open door or fade to black? Open door. Open door. Now, I would prefer a fade to black if the spicy scenes are getting a little bit repetitive. Sometimes I read books in which there are, many a spicy scene, and they just start to get redundant after a while and kind of boring. At that point, I would prefer a fade to black and let's move on with the story. But generally, I prefer an open door. Open door, I like to be a voyeur. I like to look in. I'm like a fly on the wall of their amazing sexual chemistry. Audiobooks or ebook/paperback. If I were to talk about like my preferred way to consume a book, it would probably be paperback. I just love the feeling of the paper in my hands. I love being able to put it up on my shelf after I'm done with it. I love being able to display my books on my shelf. This is the best decor that I have in my room, okay? This is the main event. Kindle or not. I bought an iPad for the sole purpose of reading on my iPad because I have this Kindle. Hold on, let me get it. I have my Kindle, but it is literally the first Kindle Touch to ever exist, I think. I've had it since I was like 10, 11, 12 years old, something like that. And it's very small and it's a little slow sometimes. But recently, I've actually been gravitating toward using my Kindle more than my iPad. I have really bad headaches and really sensitive eyes and a lot of eye problems. And reading on my iPad does not help with my eye issues. So I'm gonna say Kindle. Kindle all the way, baby. Matte or glossy. I feel like matte is the way to go with everything. I vastly prefer a matte cover. I just think it looks so snazzy, so professional, so delicious. So we're gonna go with matte on that one. Buddy read or fly solo? I absolutely love to buddy read, especially if I have a really good buddy reading partner, but I do generally prefer to fly solo because I like to read at my own pace, and a lot of the times I'll either read a book super slowly or I'll have multiple books going on at once, or I'll just absolutely binge straight through it. So I generally prefer to fly solo, but if I have a good buddy reading partner, someone who is fun to talk to, like Renee, hi Renee, then I absolutely love a buddy read. I love a buddy read. Small town or dark romance? I'm being honest here, I haven't read as many dark romances as I would like to, so I'm gonna have to go with small town on this one. I live in a small town, I've grown up in a small town, and one of my favorite tropes in romance books is like this big city tycoon or whatever the hell coming to the small town and having to be, a little bit humanized. New adult or adult? I generally like adult more often than new adult, but the only time that new adult really, really works for me is in a fantasy type setting or a post-apocalyptic setting or something like that. If I'm reading something that is set in the real world, whether it be like a contemporary or a mafia or something like that, I would vastly prefer it to be adult. Sprint read or marathon read a series? I am a sprint reader. If I read the first book in a series and I absolutely love it and the rest of the series is out, I will read it back to back to back to back to back to back. I am an absolute series binger, and I feel so bad about it because when I go through my Goodreads and see what I've read, a lot of it is series that I've just completely wiped out and I'm done with. And I feel so bad because I want to read other things and I want to break them up so I can break up my enjoyment because I know that I love these books, but I've just completely devoured them and there's none left. The one series that I'm trying not to do that with is Zodiac Academy. I'm doing one a month and it's still causing me pain to not read them back to back because that's what my heart desires. Read multiple books at once or one at a time. For years, I was the type of person to read one at a time. Just within the past 2 months, I have started to read more than one book at a time because I feel like there are so many books that I want to get to. And I'm also a mood reader, so depending on my mood is what I'm gonna want to pick up. And I want a little piece of each of them in my brain at all times. I think I'm currently reading 4 at the moment. I have 1 physical book that I'm buddy reading. I have 1 ebook that I'm buddy reading. I have an ebook that I'm reading by myself, and I have an audiobook. So I have like 4 books going on right now. And I don't feel super overwhelmed, but if I started reading any more than that, I might feel a little overwhelmed. Alpha hero or cinnamon roll hero? I am an alpha hero girl. I will die for an alpha hero. I don't fall as hard for them if they're a cinnamon roll, and maybe that's my toxic trait. I'm sorry. Baddie or damsel in distress heroine? Baddie, bratty, and a little bit sassy. That's where I like them. That is my sweet spot. I love a badass heroine with a smart mouth. I like a heroine who is capable, but also not afraid to ask for help if she needs it. That's what I like. And the last prompt is slow burn or instalove. Slow burn all the way. I am the type of person where if you make me read 2 books of the same couple falling in love, and then in the 3rd book we get this explosion of passion and beauty and emotion and a big old sex fest, I will love you forever. That's the type of books that I love to read. If it's not a slow burn, I don't want to read it. So that was the This or That book tag romance edition. Make sure to check out Caitlin and Victoria's videos. Again, I will have them linked down below. If you are new here and you would like to stick around, make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any more bookish content from me. I hope you do. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.